The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway. Borussia Dortmund have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, what I like about this system, Peter, is the way in which both central midfielders have to work in tandem. If one opts to go forward, the other sits, and when one moves either side to snuff out an attack, the other will hold the central ground. Communication is obviously vital to make it a success, but this team knows what it's doing, and I think we're going to see that reflected.
Now that's well seen too. That's a good foray he's making. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, well played, well played. Oh, he's fizzed it forward. That was nowhere near his best. And once more, he proves rigid and robust. Well read, and the danger is averted.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
That looks a cracking ball. He's got away. Gerrard! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Gerrard actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And it's been taken short. It's a good-looking... Oh, good fly! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Great defending, strong and determined. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. So a big chance now from 12 yards. So this the chance to fire his team in front. Oh, brilliant stop from Courtois! That has drawn gasps of disbelief.
It really wasn't a confident penalty, Peter. It was almost like he was trying too hard to second-guess what the keeper was trying to do.
Corner number 2 then. And this is Messi. Still goalless. Hazard can see things others simply cannot.
Now there's a headline maker, Steven Gerrard.
Focal point for any team he plays in.
Yeah, I suspect he may be deployed as a more holding midfielder, but that seems wrong when you know how good he is 30 yards forward.
Now it's Messi. He's found a way past. There's the shot! Goal! Corinthians! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Corinthians have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Timber.
Corinthians have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Totti, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Oh, that was vital. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Knocks it into space. And it's Totti. Gerrard. Gerrard does well to get it back. And this is Messi, and he's managed to get free. Distributed tidily. Schneider's cross. Terrific effort! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence. Corinthians really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Rijkaard gets a foot in here.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Gerrard. And again they run up against stubborn defending. Gerrard given the lift of his goal. Now it's Messi. This ended up in no man's land. Pepe. Kante going after that. Totti. Now it's Totti. He has found the way through. That is a brilliant interception. Totti.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Schneider. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another, and we know it's an awful long way back.
Corinthians have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund, number 6, Hazard.
So, into the second half. Corinthians leading courtesy of the game's only goal.
Coming on the field, number 8, Olise.
Akanji is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Out towards the flank. That pass isn't the best.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Messi. And Messi! And there's a goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
And it's Totti. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And here's Van Basten. Schneider. Real chance! Yes! And they are disappearing out of sight. So smooth. A signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
After 57 minutes is number 7, Schneider.
And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
Just a quick announcement, it is now time for our special lottery. Please grab the tickets you were given when you were walking through the gates.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. The great team, the people's team, that is what Corinthians have come to be called over the years. And this, of course, is the ultimate sanctuary for those who only see black and white. So straight into the action. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Romelu Lukaku, his physical characteristics are very impressive. They're always likely to attract the most attention, of course, but for me, it's not just that he's big and he's quick, it's his willingness to go direct with the ball at his feet, to take his man on, be brave and just head for goal. That's what makes him quite lethal.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. And it's Doué. Pacho. Rijkaard. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Schneider. Schneider will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And once more, he proves rigid and robust. Corinthians are enjoying more and more possession, but very few chances up to now. Zanetti. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Mbappe. And it's Rijkaard. Oh, this looks sharp.
Doué really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
It's Gerrard! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Rijkaard did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And it's Messi. Conte, looking to play him in. He's onside!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Llorente.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, it's Van Basten. He's under a lot of pressure there. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Mbappe. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And this is Schneider. He's got away. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he has been fouled there. Mbappe. That's tidy. That's a little off target. And here's Lukaku.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Mbappe. And it's Schneider. Zanetti does well to get it back. Schneider really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And he shoots! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Flamengo with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter. Gerrard. Messi. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Messi receives it in a wide position. Anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. And he's got away from it. Short changes him with that pass. And he's well positioned. Lukaku! Glorious! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And Flamengo take the lead. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Rijkaard cuts out the pass. That's the end of the first 45. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Corinthians finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Senhoras e senhores, o telão está exibindo boletim informativo da polícia local. Substituição no time do Corinthians. Camisa 88.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
Corinthians really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Doué. Llorente. Mbappe finding himself in space. Flamengo have their second corner now. Corinthians are looking to go forward now. Corinthians do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Now it's Lukaku. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Niceties are not part of this approach. This is actually quite aggressive.
Raul. Now it's Van Basten. And here's Schneider. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, well played. Partey.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Rijkaard gets across and deals with it. Flamengo can now introduce the first of their substitutes. And that has put paid to that. Can he get it through?
Flamengo couldn't really be more watertight in midfield.
It's Bale! Oh, it's come off the upright. Well, there's the clearance.
Público presente na partida de hoje. 60.810 espectadores.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Nicely aimed pass. That is good alertness. It's a sharp pass. Now it's Bale. Partey. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well timed, excellent interception. Corinthians perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Now it's Van Basten. And he's lost his man here. Might be danger here.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Oh, that was vital. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And that is a little undercooked. And it's Schneider. Conte. It's Schneider. Conte.
Corinthians appear determined to play through the middle again. And guess what? It's the same result.
Half an hour gone in the second half. Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Flamengo surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Pinches it off him. Pepe calmly anticipates. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pepe. Now it's Bale. Good ball, good take. Bale has the space to scheme. Lovely bit of skill. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, greatly! It's hit the upright. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And the pass is intercepted. Gehi spots it and intercepts. Zanetti looking to provide the solidity his team so need. Conte. Raul. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Well, that pass isn't the best.
Minuto de acréscimo.
We are into overtime. Great ball if he can get there. Oh, look at the space here. And that'll be the end of that. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
I think it's one of these games where both have plenty to think about. I don't think it was by design the game ended this way. A listless loss and unconvincing win, depending on which perspective.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So straight into the action. The hugely experienced Hugo Lloris is looking as focused as ever, Jim.
He is, and that focus, Peter, is just one of his many outstanding qualities. For me, his speed, his reflexes, the decision-making, all stand out as well. It's a bit of a shame for...
It's Drogba! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. Terrific effort! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
And here's Van Basten. That is good. Van Basten! Oh, he's been caught on it here. And the finish!
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
Rijkaard. And here's Drogba. Totti. And this is Drogba. Gerrard. Nice looking ball. Good ball over the top. And this is Messi. And the shot! Goal! Corinthians! Corinthians take the lead. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
So, a breakthrough already. That's a good ball. No, he wasn't going to let him past. The referee's awarded a free kick. This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
We could be looking at a game-changing moment.
Neymar! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Lovely bit of skill.
Vitoria genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-up.
It's Schneider! Gerrard! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Corinthians certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
And it's Totti. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
No, that's been intercepted. Rijkaard. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Gerrard with the foul. Berbatov, played back.
Just too much pressure, had to go that way.
It's Totti! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Vitoria have their second corner now. And it's hoisted clear. And this is Neymar, Totti, an instinctive delivery. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. That's a sharp pass. Neymar! Again, a brilliant save.
Well, the keeper saved his team again here, Peter, but he needs more protection from this defence.
And it's Totti. And here's Berbatov. Conte. Schneider. Schneider will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now it's Messi. That's a good ball out wide. Stood up well to him there. Strong running down that left flank. Looking for options for movement. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Neymar. Tries to... Oh, good climb! No, he didn't quite meet it right. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, now he can run away with it.
Corinthians really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Picked out brilliantly. Goes for a shot! I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. What's going wide left?
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And it's Totti. And here's Drogba. Neymar has it in a wide position.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Totti. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
That's an imaginative pass. Can he get onto this? Gerrard. Akanji gets it away. That's the end of the first 45. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Reflections on the first half?
Corinthians really have looked very good in transitions, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Corinthians are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for.
Senhoras e senhores, informamos que vocês podem ouvir a transmissão ao vivo da partida de hoje na rádio FM do nosso clube. Substituição.
So we're off again. Corinthians currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Messi, given the lift of his goal. Conte, there he goes, motoring for... Shot, surely! And there's a goal! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Corinthians are sitting pretty. Oh, what has happened here? Shot a goal! And that's in! A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
And this is Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Knocks it into space. Totti. Totti with the towering header. Oh, off the bar. And he's heaved it away. Corinthians do have a chance to counter here. And it's Serginho. He has found the way through. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nicely worked. De Gea breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's quick to return it. And here's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable match. Gets his head on it! It's a goal! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Corinthians now in a position far more desirable.
You could certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
And he's there to retrieve it. Corinthians are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. And this is Messi. Lloris can clear it away. Carvajal, there's the crossfield ball. Cannavaro cuts it out. Well timed, excellent interception. Now it's Berbatov. Berbatov has been caught there, it's a foul. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. That's where it came from. And here's Berbatov. Carvajal finding himself in space. De Ligt. Vitinha. Conte. And Serginho. He's got away. Serginho will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Great ball, and he's in. It's Van Basten! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Well, it was a bit complacent there, I thought, Peter. Maybe he thinks the game is already won.
And it's been taken short. And it's going to be another corner. It's their second corner of the game. They've played it short. Forced to go back. And the shot! And it's Company. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. And he's running through. Messi! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. That's it, and that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
Senhoras e senhores, é hora do nosso sorteio especial. Por favor, peguem os bilhetes que vocês receberam na entrada.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it was 2014 that Corinthians relocated to this high-tech arena. This the ultimate demonstration of their power as a club revered amongst the world's supporters. Their fan base believed to be somewhere in the region of 30 million people. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Now it's Messi, and he's intervened well there. And that interception was most necessary. Shoots! Marvellous goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Corinthians are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to
There's the shot! Oh, that was wicked, a truly wicked effort.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Belletti. Zico. And it's Vitinha. Cannavaro. Here's Vitinha. Looking for options for movement. And he's in on goal. Cannavaro did well to stay calm there. Belletti. He's found a way through. He's having a shot! And yes, it's there! They are purring, truly purring. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Corinthians are doing very nicely, thank you.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Vitinha gets his final warning.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rein it in or suffer the consequences.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Tries a measured ball. That has not gone well. Caicedo. Vitinha. Now it's Kante. Has to go back here. Brzezinski.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Company makes the interception. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Conte. Looking to play him in. Now it's Kante. He is through here. Great vision. And this is Van Basten. Van Basten! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And it's been taken short. Zico wins the duel this time. And now they can spring out of defence. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Caicedo. And that has put paid to that. Caicedo was in no mood for any of that. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Schlotterbeck.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And he's managed to get free. Schlotterbeck. Conte. And the shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, he takes home the match ball. Gorgeous, just to have the audacity to do it.
Yeah, the keeper was thinking about his angles, and Loft just took him out of the equation. Elementary.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
A case now of complete control.
It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Zico. Now it's Pele, and he's got the beating of his man.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Zico. Conte. Now it's Van Basten.
They've got to be quick moving this forward. I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Rosicki. Rijkaard. Now it's Van Basten. Now it's Messi. Nice physical challenge.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Now it's Van Basten. Now it's Pele. Now it's Griezmann. Pepe.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Rijkaard. And it's half-time. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
Corinthians absolutely dominated that half, Peter, and now it's all about game management. There's no need to overstretch themselves. Just stay calm and see this one out.
Corinthians producing a nigh-on perfect 45 minutes. It's 3-0.
Substituição no time do Corinthians. Camisa 2.
Down to business again.
Camisa 12. Camisa 5.
Griezmann.
Fechando o campo para a
Griezmann
entrada dele.
unable to make it happen for all his good
22.
intentions.
Camisa 18. Camisa 8.
Caicedo. And here's Schneider. Very nicely done. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Schneider. Schneider! And that's a sharp finish. It could be a lifeline. 2 more needed. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Aberdeen may be down, but not out just yet. And here's Griezmann. Great defending, strong and determined. Corinthians, different to some extent this half. Details of the real chance! Brilliant from Griezmann! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! Aberdeen now just needing 1.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Pedri. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Aberdeen appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Conte. Schneider plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
61.052 espectadores.
That looks a decent ball. Thinks about the shot. Corinthians still have the cards to affect this game. Belletti. And this is Ronaldo. That's tidy. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Cristiano Ronaldo really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And this is Ronaldo. Oh no circumventing this opponent. Now it's Schneider.
That's good play from him.
He's picked his way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Aberdeen really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Zanetti. It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, that's fabulous. And here's Schneider. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Goes down, but nothing given. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is Ronaldo. Corinthians have got it back and they'll have another go. Christian shapes to shoot! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
He's really trying to take this upon himself to get it won.
No, that's been intercepted.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Not the most accurate pass. And it's Pedri. Nicely weighted ball. He's well positioned. Takes a shot! And it's come back out to him. Oh, good finish. And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Substituição no time do Corinthians. Camisa 7. Camisa 23.
So we have movement on both benches. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Alaba cuts it out. Neymar. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Pedri.
This is the time you need that pace.
Great ball if he can get there. And the finish! It's in! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Corinthians, palpably stronger, better, superior. And this is Ronaldo. Surely he can't miss. Big chance! And that's a tiny finish. They will take that. They are absolutely ripping it up. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented.
Good chance here! Oh, he really got hold of that. He's had a shot! And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.